Personally, I don't like to be hypnotized by my politicians.
No, that's why I see when you hear somebody like Ron Paul talk, right? You hear a guy who's eager to convey a very important message that he truly believes in. That's what you hear in his voice.
Yeah,
you know
there's
what
a
I mean?
genuine.
And he's fucking 90, and he's still like that.
He's
He's
a
lost. He's lost.
I don't know
step,
how
but-
people slept on Ron Paul or like how the smear kind of campaigns worked on that guy because he was so fucking genuine.
Well, here's how they
and
worked.
correct. He was right about all the shit he predicted.
Right.
We're living in it right fucking now.
Well, and he's always had such an amazing take on like basically any aspect of government or current events. He'll always have that take where you go, "Oh,
that's it. Yeah,
that's the thing."
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't think of that.
He always did.
He has a real talent for just cutting through to the heart and the actual root of an issue. You know.
Also, he does
and that was
speak like a cartoon.
Sure. So that's
Like
what I was
his
going to
actual
say
voice.
was the way that it was easy to kind of railroad him and run him out of politics was that he didn't play along with the theatrics.
Yeah, he's like a natural
But he
character
didn't- and
that lent himself to lambasting.
Sure. Well, yeah, to some people, not to me. I mean, because whatever. Once you get paid, yeah, all right. He sounds kind of funny. He's kind of a
Yeah, he's
dorky
kinda-
guy, whatever.
yeah.
But it's like, you get over that, and that's fine. But
No, but his message was always crystal clear to me.
right,
Get government out of fucking everything.
out of the way.
as much as you can.
And
let markets work. And then see what happens.
But he also was big on preaching the Hippocratic Oath that, like most doctors,
Well, he's an MD.
Most doctors skip the part where you're supposed to be giving away a certain percentage of treatment every year to people who are in need, and I guess that's part of it, which is what he always said. But he was famous for that in his career of just volunteering a lot. I mean, so basically. What my point is, he seems to have a guy whose heart was really in it. He's the only politician ever that I can think of that I would say that about.
Yeah, honestly.
I don't know who else. I'm sure there's a few names that haven't gotten as big as him, but
probably. All right. Well, speaking of doctors and politics, I have some shit to look at when we get back. But we're at an hour.
Oh, are we?
Let's go quick. I think we squeezed what we could out of the Queen's death.
Yes. We have extracted the juices from her corpse and dripped them onto our show.
Now, I think Mike's just having a seizure or stroke, and we all need to be on the alert because he said it worked because of where he's from. And then he said 56 plus Z7890-78 YUIOP symbol.
And Alex is saying,
keeps going.
Alex is saying, play the Ron Paul having a stroke video. I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not doing that.
No. That's mean.
Yeah.
I don't want to. He's one of the only people in the world I don't want to be mean to.
I know.
I would literally watch.
Though.
I would watch that of anyone else.
I would watch you have a stroke.
There are some classic.
If there was a video,
did we?
You'd watch me on here.
Oh, sure. Well, yeah, I'd have to edit it. I mean, I'd have to. I'd have to watch it so I could put it on YouTube. But no, actually, when we come back, could we look at Ron Paul on the Morton Downey Jr. show? Remember when he's fucking yelling at everybody?
Are we going to get fucking taken down for that? I don't know.
Oh, man.
Tony, someone running for president needs to talk to people in a voice and cadence like a damn commercial nowadays. I know, it's just a thing. You know who's the worst at it? Is Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she's tried so many times to change the way she
changes.
talks.
I know, it just
when she
never,
talks to a black crowd, and it's worse. It's
very weird.
It's almost as bad as Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, it's like a Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah. And then she told the black radio show, they ask her what you keep in your purse at all times, what you never leave the house with, and she's like, hot sauce.
Yeah.
And they're just
sure.
They just
also,
dude,
what?
the one girl like looks at the camera like fucking Jim Halpert. It's like, huh?
Yeah.
She's just so transparently I can't, and she's another one that like, how? Why? The same thing I think about the royal family that we were talking about earlier this hour. Like, I think about American politics too. I was talking about this the other day with Robert Byrd and all these. There's all these politicians in our history that have horrible controversies and pasts and blah blah blah. But then they're forgiven and there's like, why do you need them? It makes no fucking sense.
No, it makes
Even
no
if it's a top down like power structure that there's a shadowy oligarch running things. Why would you have them do it?
Yeah,
like why?
Exactly.
Right.
Let's hire some fucking real actors and let's get on with it.
Somebody that
can sell us this
somebody
shit.
That
Package
was,
it, sell it, feed it to me, and if it tastes okay, fine, I'll eat it.
Has never raped or been in the KKK.
Yeah.
That's half of politics right there. They're all out.
gone.
You know? I mean, I just don't get it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. All right.
But
Well,
we'll dig
be
into
back.
it
Yeah,
more,
we're going to
yeah.
dig into more of that truth when we get back, folks. Let's,
But okay, but speaking of coming in hot and fiery, right? Now, a lot of people are familiar with very, tame and aged Ron Paul, who seems to have committed his life to just desperately trying to convey logic to people. And he, eventually adopted a much more sort of like calm and measured demeanor, right? But
Sure.
this is back in the 80s.
He was
when,
fiery.
He was more on, and this is when nobody could understand what a libertarian was.
Yes.
Right? And I believe this is when he was with the Libertarian Party.
Yes, it was.
And so it was a totally new idea to most people. And as you find in American politics to this day, when somebody emerges onto the scene with something that doesn't fit the already, the grooves
Yeah,
that are already well worn,
yeah.
people will, react vehemently, and attempt to deride them, and they will just have like a tribalist anger about it, where it won't even make sense.
There's a gut reaction.
This was the Morton Downey Jr. show, and a bunch of this is great. You guys
What
can
a
go,
great show that was.
Yeah, that was. I mean, Morton Downey Jr. was just a douchebag. And he was
Yeah.
always smoking, yelling
Yeah,
in people's faces
screaming.
and stuff, and just trying to make that mic drop moment and just being a fucking asshole and getting a crowd of cattle to cheer him.
It was great.
But so
I'm supposed to be at 1420 here?
yeah, this will lead into it. This is when they're just having the crowd, attempt to dismantle the libertarian argument. And I think they're talking about the war on drugs here. But this is just a great Ron Paul moment from antiquity.
Let's take a look.
And self-responsibility, family, friends, and churches to solve problems, rather than saying some monolithic government is going to make you take care of yourself and be a better person. It's a preposterous notion. It never worked. It never will. The government can't make you a better person. It can't make you follow good habits. Why don't they put you on a diet? You're a little overweight, and I think you'd be in better health. You ought to go on a diet.
I'm tired of people like you.
Have the government do
I'm
that.
tired of people like you using the Constitution to do whatever you want to do. If we legalize drugs, we're
This is-
giving up on the whole country.
He's just dude. That's a different Ron Paul back
It
then.
is, man. I love that. Ron
But
Paul.
so I think what he learned from that is you're making a point to people who are ready to accept the point, but you're not really winning anyone new over. I think with that, because I mean,
Probably.
he the whole that, and that was how unsophisticated too the argument. Did you hear that, lady? I'm sick of people like you using the Constitution as an excuse to do whatever you want.
Like,
what?
that's not what he's saying.
No, actually,
That's-
not at all.
it's
He's
like
saying that
for you to do anything, whatever you want.
You're the one asking the government to violently enforce rules about people's health and their choices. And that was such a brilliant point that he made to the tub of lard was, why? Hey, look, that's as unhealthy being that weight as doing a lot of types of drugs that are illegal that you could do. It's certainly
And so
more
why is
unhealthy.
nobody stopping you? But they have this war on
But
drugs
you,
because
you want to, declare that the government should be violently enforcing these other laws based on that they're unhealthy.
idiocy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
he was great. He was definitely
That was
great.
old Ron Paul, yeah.